Whoa. Today we're going to be covering a classic firearm in the hands of a millennial with a little bit of a modern spin to it. I would like to note before we get into this box, give me a like so I can get into this box, and why don't you go ahead and subscribe, because if you don't subscribe then I'm not going to shoot it. Anyways, this is a classic gun with a modern spin. Now before we get into this, I am somewhat new to the 1911 platform. I have shot several clones, several 1911 platform style firearms, but I've never owned one. And just a few weeks ago, two very notable people in the gun community, gun world, kind of came together and thought that I needed to have this gun. So yes, I did buy this with my own money, but I got a really good deal. Part of the reason why I got this. If you're wondering what this box says, it does say Springfield Armory. Don't go anywhere. I will get a zoom in on all of this stuff, show you guys some up close and personal stuff. But let's go ahead and get right into the gun. And right out of the gate, you can see it is a 1911 Springfield Armory. And this specific firearm is the operator. Cleared and checked. So I'm not really sure if they were supposed to send 3 mags. However, under further investigation, it looks like there's just 2. Maybe they didn't send it for me. I don't know. It does come with a little holster here, little toolkit with some Allen wrenches, a Springfield sticker, and a couple of little mag pouches. And guys, I will bring you guys and gals over here to look at this a little closer, but for now we're just going to do it this way. And it does come with a toothbrush as well. Looks like there's some paperwork and whatnot underneath here, but I don't think anybody really cares. It's got 2 steel magazines. So right out of the box, I would like to note that these grips are quite impressive. They are very aggressive, impressive and aggressive. I think you could have like an amount of P. Diddy Combs lube on your hand and you're probably not going to drop this grip. So shout out to the grips. These are Pachmayr grips, made in Los Angeles, California, USA. I guess maybe in the 60s or 70s that was something to be proud of, but shout out to Pachmayr for making some really, really badass grips still made here in America. Kind of America. Yeah, so obviously the first thing I want to notice is the grips. The beaver tail is excellent. Get plenty of hand coverage there. Don't feel like this gun is going to come anywhere near biting you. That's kind of the perks of the 1911. So first thing I notice, grips, and beaver tail or dovetail is awesome. And of course, let's go ahead and talk about that trigger. Not much of a wall. I will bring everyone closer in and we'll kind of look at this trigger a little closer here in just a moment. Just want to kind of get my first impressions on picking this thing up. It is a heavy gun. Of course, it is a 1911. It's an all steel firearm. The hammer has a little cutout here, which is kind of neat. Gives it an awesome kind of tactical look. And that's really what this operator is all about. I will say I'm used to charging a lot of my Tupperware guns because I like to gravy seal train. I'll use my left hand and kind of put it in between my thumb and knuckle and give it that maneuver. I will say it's going to take quite a bit of breaking in before I'm able to comfortably do that. And I will say, while I'm doing that, this pick rail here, it does stick out a little bit, not a lot, but I have quite big hands, so I've noticed that pick rail is rubbing in the inside of my hand the last few times I've done that. But do have 3 slots there for a light. I'll dig out a light here in a minute. We'll go ahead and put one on here just to see how it looks. Yeah, that trigger is extremely smooth. You really don't have a big finger hole here, which is okay, but you know, obviously the 1911 wasn't really designed to probably be shot in sub-zero mountains of Switzerland, where you're going to be wearing a big service glove, but that is a small hole for your finger. But man, we'll kind of go back on that. This is a little bit of a sharp edge right here. I'm not complaining, but I think once you kind of bang it around and smooth that out a little bit, you can definitely see I'm starting to probably get a little bit of an imprint from just sliding that. Of course, you can always charge it back here, charge it up top, or kind of the over-under charge. But let's go ahead and take a look at this trigger. So let it reset. Not much of a wall at all right there. My guess, probably 4-pound trigger pull. But I mean, you really don't have much slack. I mean, it's just a tiny little wall there. Do it one more time. But you kind of see about those grips. They're kind of more just a snake scale here, and then more of a kind of checkerboard here. These grips are great. Launches it out really nice. All right, got the gun down here. We're going to be using some Aguila, A-G-U-I-L-A. Probably some cheap stuff. And then we're going to be using some Monarch. Probably some cheap stuff. I say cheap, nothing is cheap in the ammo world this day and age. So, yeah. This will be interesting. I'm wondering if I can even come close to hitting anything with this. All right, first shots out of the 1911. I'm gonna shoot for number 1. Sweet. Just a little to the left, but wow, easier to shoot than I expected. I will have to say, with the weight of this gun, really reduces the recoil. I don't know if you're supposed to drop those mags. I'm so used to my Glock. Kind of shot a little bit to the right there, but man, as far as recoil management, this dude is pretty easy to keep under control. Ford Ranger had a parachute behind it. So there's one thing I am curious about. I want to see what kind of groups I can shoot with this. Every 1911 I've shot in the past, I've really just blown through shooting piles of trash. So really curious to see how this stacks up against my Glock 17 or 19 or whatever Glock I shot last over here. Go ahead and get us a nice white circle. First group shot out of the 1911 with cheap ammo. Let's see what we have. That felt really good. Just so you know, I'm not cheating. I'm taking you guys right along. And gotta say, those were pretty impressive. So that first one was my first shot. It was a little boofy, but as far as 1, 2, 3, 4, those 4 are all very much so 1-inch groups. Had a little straggler up here. That was really from first shot, and then I readjusted. Maybe that was first shot, I don't remember, and then kind of had to pick it up a little bit. But not bad for a quick little group. But I'm 50 yards back. I have a target over here in the corner. I've already shot it like 8 times, but we're gonna do it again because I didn't hit record. So I'm gonna go get some more ammo and redo that. Dumbass me. So the target is right there. 50-yard shot. It's probably like 48 because I'm scooting up a little bit. FYI, I'm hitting it. I don't know if you can hear that. But I will say these grips, they seem to rub off a little bit. They're kind of starting to get gooey, which is okay. I am definitely not against getting dirty when you're shooting. Side profile of the recoil in this gun. Whoa. Seemed like a really hot round. I'm gonna have to go back and watch that, but that bullet seemed more or less like an explosion. Yeah, I'll have to slow that down and check it out. That did not seem very comfortable. That was out of the Aguila 45, 230 grain. Maybe that's just how it is, but that was not a comfortable shot. Gun is clear. The Monarch is a lot smoother shooter than the Aguila. Both 230 grains, but this was an easier shot. This brass Aguila pushing me around a little bit. 100 rounds, but dude, why are my hands getting so filthy? Is something happening here? Is this normal? I shouldn't. My hands don't ever really get dirty when I shoot my Glock, but like, check this out. My hands have gotten filthy. So other than my hands just getting completely dirty, I'm still not sure what that's about. Let me know in the comments. Is that just what shooting a 1911 does? Is just put a bunch of gunshot residue on your hand? Dude, this thing is awesome. It is a little thumpy after a few rounds, but it is 45 and I'm used to 9mm, but I like it. I'm happy with it. Still not quite sure what that thumpy round was all about, but yeah, I'm happy with the gun. Thanks for watching. As always, like, share, subscribe, comment. Let me know if you like 1911s. This is Fox, and I get so sick of traffic driving through here. It's nice having a range, but whenever it's close to this little highway, it just gets busy at certain parts of the day. Anyways, this is Fox from F6, and have a wonderful day. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, comment, do all those really good things. That's a wrap.